Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear us fine? Great.
Loud and clear. Good afternoon, and for those of you in the West or Arizona, good morning. Thank you for joining us today as we continue with this movement-wide series that we initiated here back a little while ago. For those of you who don't remember me, I'm David Wax. I'm the board chair for JCC Association of North America, and it's an honor to welcome all of you again for this series. It's hard to believe what has transpired since September 9th on our last call, but in the JCC world, I'm proud to announce that our JCC Stakeholder Investment Program, we have now grown to a record 148 JCCs and JCC camps with a great deal of 25 ambassadors, 109 partners, and 24 affiliates, as this beautiful slide illustrates. So we're excited with that. Thank you for your investment with us. We appreciate that. And there will be even more to close out this year, including sometime hopefully soon, an announcement regarding our next J Summit program and event. So stay tuned for that, but lots of momentum and plenty to look forward to. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Barak so that we take value of the time this morning, and he's got a lot to cover. So Barak, floor is yours.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, David. And again, thank you to my colleagues and leadership across North America for this belief in what we need to be doing at JCCA to support everybody across the field. 149 organizations, as you've heard, affiliated, and we're here to do everything we can to support our JCCs and our JCC camps across North America. I have 28 minutes. I've set up these calls as 30 minutes to give you all a lot of content, spark some interest in a lot of things. And so I'm going to try to take a breath here and there, but I'm going to give you a lot of updates here. So in our first, I'm going to share my screen. Can everyone see this? I'm good. Thank you, Joanne. Let me move this over so I can see myself here. Okay. So these are our 3 centers of excellence. I've been talking about these since last May. I continue to work with our team, some strategic consultants. Our board of directors formed a task force as we are really focusing on JCCA, moving into these 3 centers of talent development, peoplehood, and innovation impact. And that's how we divide our work. That's how we will present our work. And that's where we're building a new staffing structure and a governance structure to deliver on this work for the field. So it's really exciting. We're working a lot to really build out the services, the staffing, and the support we'll need to make this vision actualize it. I'm really excited to talk to you about things happening in our Center for Talent Development. We just came off of our first ProCon since 2019. I've been going to professional conferences for this field for over 25 years. This was a beautiful gathering of Jewish joy, appreciation, and gratitude to our staff that works so hard at JCCs across the continent. We had over 600 professionals. What I'm so excited to share with you is that over 300 people have already filled out their evaluations, and look at those data points. 97.7% said it was great, and 99 said, I'm coming again, and I'd recommend it. So we had a great time. I think there were incredible partners. I think there was incredible content happening. We had 84 JCCs represented, 7 from Canada. It was built by the JCC professionals, for the JCC professionals. 54 JCC professionals out of that 600 planned the conference. So thank you to all my colleagues who stepped up and made it happen, and to the JCCA team. And a big shout out to Stephanie Chouse, the CEO of the JCC of Minnesota, and the entire Minnesota JCC team for their just amazing hospitality and incredible weather. It was really great. And here's one quote that I loved. What gives us the most pride is seeing how ProCon deepened our connections to each other, to this movement, and to the work we do in our Jewish communities. So we're going to keep on building on the importance of bringing people together. We all went through a long time with the pandemic and not being able to convene. What was clear to me and those there, human connection right now is vital to our work. So the next thing we're going to do is our executive conference is coming up February 2nd to 4th. To all my executive colleagues out there, start booking the plane tickets, and we'll get all the registration information out to you next week. But this is our executive conference in Atlanta in partnership with the Marcus JCC, a beautiful center that just went under a massive renovation. It is breathtaking. And thank you to their leadership and to my colleague, Jared Powers, CEO of the Marcus J, for hosting us in Atlanta. It's going to be really incredible conference. And I just want to thank these executives who are on the planning committee for this year's conference. My hashtag is by the field, for the field. So these are the cross section of execs from across the field. I won't read the names, but you can see what a dynamic and amazing group this is planning this year's executive conference for our colleagues. So it's going to be fantastic. We have planning, it's happening currently, a early childhood inclusion summit. It's a 2-day intensive that was open to JCC professionals, including the execs that oversee early childhood. We have 116 people registered in this conference. We have a great keynote from the Harvard School of Education. But I'm just, again, sharing with you what we're trying to do out of the national office to just support colleagues coming together. If it's the ProCon, if it's now the upcoming Executive Mifgash, or it's the Early Childhood Summit. I also want to share with you that Elevated, which is a national initiative pilot that we do in partnership with Jewish Federations of North America and the URJ, the Union of Reform Judaism, we have teamed up to really talk about early childhood teacher recruitment, early childhood teacher professional development, and we are recruiting for our third and final pilot cohort. If you're interested in learning more about Elevated, coming into your community, to work in partnership, not just with the JCCs, but congregations, anybody who's in the Jewish early childhood space in your community. This is a partnership of working together across that all boats rise. So go to elevatedtogether.org. We can connect you with our amazing executive director, Orna Siegel, to learn more about how your Jewish community can join this groundbreaking early childhood Jewish education initiative. So if you're interested in learning more about Elevated, it will be in our follow-up email, but we are now recruiting for our third and final pilot cohort. So it's been really successful to date, and more to come if that interests you. J Camp 180, we had an incredible conference. This is run by the Grinspoon Conference. And we had over 70 JCC camp professionals representing JCC camps of North America at the camping conference. I want you just to get your head around, we are the largest Jewish camping platform in North America. We have 25 resident camps, and we are the largest day camping platform in North America. And when we think about a Jewish identity and we think about Jewish peoplehood, many will say it was my experience in camp that connected me to being Jewish today. So it was a great conference, and we're going to be constantly working with Grinspoon, the Foundation for Jewish Camping, and others to continue to support the breadth of camp professionals doing incredible work across North America. These are upcoming peer community groups that we open up to our professionals across North America. These are the peer communities that are meeting virtually in the month of December. Our philanthropic development professionals, people that are interested in supporting and advancing LGBTQ staff, comfortable in our workspaces, our HR professionals, arts and culture, and adults and older adults. So I encourage you as executives to make sure that your staff are aware of these peer community gatherings. And every month we'll continue to share the menu of gatherings that are virtual for our peer communities. So a lot's going on in our Center for Talent. And as David said, we are working right now on launching our lay leadership professional conference called J Summit. It will be launched sometime at the end of 26 or 27. We are working with hotels, cities, building a new committee. And thank you to Lori Sidman, who's on our national board and the past chair of the board of the JCC of Greater Boston, and Lisa Brill, who is on our national board and is a past chair of the Marcus JCC, for co-chairing our national gathering for lay leaders. That stay tuned. We will have a date out to you, I anticipate, before the end of December. So it's going to be very exciting what's happening in the space of talent. All right, let's get into Jewish peoplehood work. Israel. We know that our brothers and sisters and our family in Israel have been going through a lot. We've been going a lot in North America to support Israel. We got a couple more hostages to get home. We have a war that hopefully is over. Hopefully there's more peace happening in the region. A lot of people to thank for that. Our job is to stay out of politics, but get people back to Israel, to celebrate the land of Israel, to be in support of the economy of Israel, and to really, really celebrate what Israel means to all of us. We are announcing a Continental Israel Leadership Experience, June 24th to July 2nd. This is an 8-day trip to Israel. Who better than Leah Garber, our Senior Vice President of Israel Engagement, and the team that we have working on it, are planning this experience. But here's another thing that you should know coming your way. The World Maccabi Games, over 100 years old, every 4 years, I think one of the second biggest sports tournament after the Olympics, was canceled last summer for the first time due to the war in Iran, with Iran. We are going to the World Maccabi Games in partnership with the Maccabi World Union, is happening this July. And we're going to end our Continental Leadership Experience by bringing our delegation to stand in excitement with the World Maccabi opening ceremonies. If you've never been to the World Maccabi opening ceremonies, it is global Jewish Jewry at its best. And we are inviting anyone who serves on a board of any JCC across North America to join us, to join David Wax and Lisa Gottdenker, our next chair of the JCCA board, to join us. And we're inviting executives of every JCC across North America to join us. We want to get as many people as possible. And there is going to be an informational webinar, as you see, on January 5th from 12 to 1, where Leah and I and others will go through the details of the trip, pricing, registration. And I think we'll need to know by the end of February if you're interested. I encourage you to go. If it's with us or your federation or anybody, getting yourselves back to Israel at this moment is critically important. And we are so excited to announce a Continental Israel Leadership Experience. So think about it. Put down the dates of June 24th to July 2nd. Mithabrim, I'm sorry, I never get that word really correct. Since 2023, I'm sorry, I just went too fast. We have given away almost $3.5 million in grants to JCCs to do Israel engagement work. A lot of money we gave out so people could do 10/7 commemoration experiences. I pray that we won't have to do them in the same way a year from today. but we've given away 3.5 million to over 140 JCCs, 800 programs, reaching more than 500,000 people. I'm very excited right after Thanksgiving to go to Israel with Leah to go back to the Ministry of Diaspora Affairs and secure this funding once again, so we can continue to give money and resources to JCCs to do Israel engagement programming. This is one of the best things that we can do for our JCCs that are affiliated, is to give you money and resources and to give you connection to opportunities. So we're really excited. We feel really good about our grant renewal because it's all of you that have given us the data, 500,000 people, the programming to renew this work of connecting North American Jews through JCCs to Israel. So stay tuned, and we're excited to continue this incredible work with all of you. Z3. I got to attend my first Z3 last week, and it was incredible. For 11 years, the Oshman family JCC in Palo Alto has led Z3, a conference focused on Zionism, Jewish peoplehood, and strengthening diaspora Jewish relationships. It was amazing to be there, 1,500 people talking about how to make Israel relevant, how to think about ourselves as Jewish community. And since 2021, over the last 5 years, JCCA leaned in to be a very strategic partner to Z3. A big shout out to my colleague, Zach Bodner, the Rabbi Amitai, and the team at Z3 for doing something locally that we could bring to the entire movement. All of our work does not need to be top down. It's holistic. And here's a perfect example of an amazing program happening by a JCC that we could partner with to bring to the entire JCC system. I'm really excited that this year over 125 JCC professionals came to Z3, and it was amazing that we had over 20 JCC executives there, 27 JCCs participating, and for me to be there for the first time, we should triple that number at Z3 next year. It was inspiring. The campus is beautiful, and it was a great to be together for 36 hours and just talk about peoplehood and community. We ran specialized labs on Israel and JCC camps, early childhood, and for JCC execs. We're going to build on this, and just kol hakavod to Zach Bodner and Rabbi Amitai and Dror and the entire team at the Oshman JCC for bringing this program to our movement. We are partnering with the New York JCCs. This is a new program. We're really proud of this. We were asked to be a strategic partner with the New York JCCs to bring the first ever Jewish Metro Jewish Teen Summit on Sunday, March 1st for 5 hours at the Moises Safra Center, the JCC on the East Side. We've raised some good money, but more importantly, this is a summit for teenagers to think about their role in combating anti-Semitism and the pride that we need our young people to have. It's really going to be incredible that we are doing this in partnership with the New York JCCs. This gives us another example of how we can work in partnership. Similar to Z3 is this Metro New York Jewish Teen Summit. So congratulations and thank you to Orit Lender, exec of the Staten Island JCC, Leonard Petlach from the Kings Bay, Brooklyn JCC, to David Miller, the exec of the Moises Safra Center. It was their vision, working along with Rabbi David Kessel, the head of our Mandel Center, to bring this program to the New York area in March. So when you're thinking about things regionally, we can think about how we all work together to run these programs. Yay, a new program, the Jewish Grandparenting Network. I see my colleague and dear friend, Deb Weinberg, on our call. Deb is a past chair of the Associated Jewish Federation of Baltimore, who has now joined the professional ranks as the executive director of the Jewish Grandparenting Network. It was the vision of Debs and others in Baltimore, along with their board, to really focus on what Jewish grandparents mean to the transmitters as being transmitters of Jewish identity, pride, and education to their grandchildren. We know that 7 out of 10 families are interfaith, which means one set of grandparents are likely not Jewish. In some families, the likelihood of one parent being new to the Jewish community. We can imagine now the role that Jewish grandparents can play in bringing Jewish joy to their homes, to their grandchildren, and the role that Jewish grandparents can play. So it's amazing. The Jewish Grandparenting Network is launching their first virtual gathering for Jewish grandparents on Tuesday, January 27th from 3 to 6:30. Their keynote is why parents want grandparents to know about raising kids today. They're going to have sessions and watch parties, and we would really love for you to share this with your local communities. Debs and the team have put together a best-in-class professional virtual conference for grandparents and those interested in this work. You don't have to be a grandparent to go. You don't have to be Jewish to go. Anybody who's interested in thinking about Jewish grandparenting work, please promote this conference. We're doing it for a discount of like $36 a person, which will be a discounted rate by 15% than anyone else will get. But I'm asking us to champion this program and to send it out into our local communities. So thank you, Debs, and to your board for your leadership. And this is just another example of what JCC Association wants to do. We will curate programs and we will promote other programs that we want to make sure that you're aware about, that you can bring to your local communities. Get ready, Maccabi's coming. It's going to be big, epic. We are working hard on our delegations, getting everything ready for this summer. You're probably wondering, is that a typo? Yes, Toronto and Kansas City is happening in the same week. So we got a lot of work to do on the JCCA side, and we have incredible communities in Toronto and Kansas City, led by our amazing Sam Cohn, our Senior Vice President Maccabi. We are getting ready for an incredible set of games. I hope board chairs, executives, many of you come, some of you don't. Please consider joining your delegations and being with us this summer as we get ready for the 2026 games. JWB, I've mentioned this a few times on our call. The JWB is the Jewish Welfare Board. It's a division of JCC Association that supports all chaplains for U.S. servicemen and women across Army bases, Air Force, Marines, and Navy, all Jewish servicemen and women and their families. I'm really proud of this work and honored that we do this work. And I'm excited to share with you that on Sunday, December 14th, is the 50th anniversary of the Aloha Jewish Chapel, the first synagogue ever built by the U.S. Navy on a military base exclusively for Jewish worship. Think about what I said. The first synagogue ever built by the U.S. Navy. It's located on the joint base of Pearl Harbor. This chapel stands as a symbol of enduring faith, resilience, and the sacred presence of Jewish life in the U.S. military. And fittingly, the current chaplain, Rabbi Ryan Malsik, is a JWB, one of our endorsed rabbis, has been instrumental in revitalizing the Jewish community. And Rabbi Bazer, our vice president of JWB, and Ruth Fletcher, a member of our executive committee and the JW chair, will be representing our organization for the 50th anniversary of the Aloha Jewish Chapel. If any of you have relationships in Hawaii, some of you I know do, have already been promoting this event. If you happen to be in Hawaii, that on Sunday, December 14th, let us know. We would love for you to experience this. I'm personally very bummed. I would love to go to Hawaii. It just does not fit into my schedule right now. In our new Center for Innovation and Impact, Benchmarking 2.0 is coming. Thank you to the following execs that you see on this slide. You're seeing a theme here. There's execs working on Mifgosh. There's people working on Procon. Everything is by the field, for the field. And benchmarking is our survey tool that gives you results that you can learn about your JCC. We have an updated member survey that will go out so we can do membership engagement. We're developing a new leading practices library. And I can tell you, I've never missed doing benchmarking when I was a JCC exec. The data is rich that can help you with development. It can help you make your case with donors. The data also gives you a good sense of how your business operations are doing. It also gives you a good sense of what your members feel about you. It's really critical. And thank you to these execs. We will be launching in January, and details about how to do benchmarking will come out in 2026. And just a couple of weeks in December, we'll give you the details. Please consider doing benchmarking. I know it's work, but I have a motto I believe in. If you're not measuring it, you're not managing it. We need to measure our businesses and our effectiveness. So we were launching Benchmarking 2.0 in just a few weeks, and I hope you all will participate. We are also launching a 2025 Movement Workplace Survey. Many of you ask us about benefits, salaries, what different JCCs are doing about retaining staff. We know that we're as good as our talent is at JCCs. So we are going to be launching a movement-wide workplace survey. So between that and benchmarking, you got a lot of surveys coming your way and a lot of data. But I'm positive this data can help you do your work more effectively. So stay tuned for that as well. I am really excited to share with you about this. Our offices are moving in 3 weeks from the 4th floor to the 12th floor. But it's not new offices for JCCA. It is a state-of-the-art, cool factor gathering place for training and professionals. If anybody has ever been to Google, they have a training center called The Huddle. Our training center, with a better name to come, will rival what a training center looks like at even Google. This will be a place over the next year we'll be launching training programs for the field. This is where our fellowships will gather. And so we're really excited that we'll be moving our team in a month up there. And then this spring and summer, starting to launch programming in our new training center. It is fun, it is collaborative, and there might even be seesaw tables, I hear. So there will be places for collaborative learning and fun and gathering. And so I'm really excited that our new national corporate offices will not just be offices, but it will be a merkaz, which is the Hebrew word for center. It will be the center of our training for the field. Our next leadership call is on Tuesday, January 20th. We'll have a lot more details by then about our Israel seminar. We'll have a lot more stuff going out to update you then. I am at 1:58. I am really proud of myself that I got this done in almost 30 minutes. It's a really exciting time for JCC Association. We are out there focusing on our strategic framework of our 3 centers of excellence. We're out there speaking to donors to raise necessary resources. We are working on our executive conference, benchmarking, training centers, new programs, partnerships like you just saw with the Jewish Grandparenting Network. We are a leading platform for Jewish life. Let us all seize this moment together. May you go into Thanksgiving with blessings and gratitude for life, for your own families, your friends, and for really what we get to do every single day. Those of you that know me well know we can think about what we have to do. Let us get up every day being grateful for what we get to do. we get to strengthen Jewish life across North America and in our local communities. David, I turn it over to you for a quick goodbye, and we're right on track.
Thank you, Barak, and thank you to all of you. You know, we know your time is precious, and while we call it the stakeholder investment model, we thank you for investing your time with us today. And as Barak shared, there's a lot going on within the JCC Association, a lot going on within the field of ideas and programs across the 3 centers. He mentioned the movement-wide call, which, you know, we'll be getting our registration info. And by the way, following up, we'll be sending out a copy of the recording and all the slides so that you can revisit anything and share with your colleagues as well. And then the other couple of points I just wanted to touch upon, just so excited about the idea of what came out of the ProCon when you had 99.2% approval. That's almost in the world of hand sanitizer, which is 99.9% approval and cleaning of the hands. So to our friends, thank you to all of you for that. And one thing Barak did not touch upon, but I think that we are also heading in early January to deliver something that's innovation and impact for all of you and value, is the conversation related to a group purchasing program that will bring value to all of you. Please stay tuned for more details, but that's something where we're going to hopefully bring you savings in what you do every day across many, many categories with an industry leader in that area for both the US and Canada. So we're excited about that. So with all of that, I just want to say we thank you. We wish you all a wonderful holiday season and heartfelt Chag Sameach as we look forward to 2026, but have a wonderful Thanksgiving coming up. And so thank you, everybody.